All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, thanks for joining this evening. If you have any questions, after you can put them in the Q&A, and we'll try to get those answered this evening. Let me just pull up the PDF here that I'm using to start out. It's a little bit easier to navigate when dates aren't available yet, so to kind of show you what we're dealing with. Um, so. Again, how to submit a unit take order. The first thing you're going to do is navigate to the website, your dashboard, and log in. So that's the first item to do. Once you do that, you click the to do button. This is if you have unordered take orders already. It says right here, the Scout take orders. If you've already got some, then you just click on that and that's going to take you to the first screen. If you don't have that, you can do it a couple different ways. The first thing you can do is go over to the, let me just scroll back up here. Actually, let me pull this up. You can go over here and click on unit orders and it'll take you to the same place. And then you click the plus sign at the top. Let me just do that real quick. So I'll go to unit orders. You'll have to select the right one, but you'll hit the plus right there to create a unit order. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the PDF. Okay. All right. So if you do have unit orders, what that means is just for everybody knows that scouts are out there, and if they use their phone or to take scout take orders, then they'll go in there. I do want to preface it by letting people know that sometimes scouts do not know that they are doing take orders. They think they're doing direct to consumer sales. So that's something you probably need to check with your scouts and make sure that they understand the difference between a take order and a direct to consumer sale. And I'm going to show you that real quick as well, because I can just bring it up on the website because I think it's important. So I want to go back to the dashboard here and I want to go in as a scout because you can only see this as a scout. I think if we put this on for the unit leaders, it would probably make more sense during the sale. But right here on the right-hand side, you see this direct-to-consumer order. This is what they need to copy and email or post on Facebook or to their friends and family that they want to have them order popcorn to be delivered directly to their house. A lot of people will use this link over here, this share link here, or even this share link sometimes, and think that they're going to get popcorn shipped directly to that consumer's house. And it's not, of course, it's not. And the difference between the two is these two over here will have a 210 or start with a two order number, where this one over here, the order number will be RPO. So just to give you a little bit of a heads up, that might be something to check because every year we get quite a few scouts that think that they're having friends and family ordering direct to consume ship direct to consumer sales, and they're actually just placing a take order. So again, you're just going to click on this and then make sure you click the right cell type. You'll see this one says 2025 fall take order. Some people have multiple different, some councils have multiple different order types. They might have a show and sell. They might have a holiday sale. They might have a replenishment order sale that they put in there. But we're talking about the take order, the final product needed. So you then click Scout Sales here at the top to view the products needed from each scout. And this will give you the view of the Scout Sales tab. So you'll see that I'll just keep going because it actually explains a little bit more. So then you click on each product and then I have the total quantity underneath each product. So, and then you have to understand your inventory and the Scout needs. Make sure you um, do a physical count of all your inventory. Um, so if you're looking at order quantity, you know, the first thing is the column, the current inventory is the column that shows how much product you still have available. So if that's not correct, you will need to just have make sure you know what you do have to finish placing your order. So if it's wrong, you may have to add a couple to it to be able to do it. Um, and then the next column, the quantity needed from undelivered scout orders, it would be that second column order in this case. It shows how much the scouts need for their take orders that haven't been delivered yet. So that's in this case, if you're looking at the 5-pack butter, I believe it says 8 or 6, I'm not sure. But anyway, so you'd have current inventory, what the scouts have on their orders, and then you would put in the next column how much you need. So it doesn't automatically populate it. You have to actually put that in. So um, in this case, you wouldn't need to put anything in because you have plenty of inventory. So you would just use your inventory that and just put a 0 there. Keep it 0. Keep it 0. Let's have another example here. You currently have 10 caramel bags in your inventory. Your scout have totals of 15 caramel bags, so you would need to order 5 more to cover those sales. If you expect your scouts to keep selling, you can order extra product if you'd like to. If you're using paper forms, and you can do one of two things. You can enter sales for each scout as the unit leader. You can go to the your blue button and actually order each order form for that scout if you want to try to keep control of it within the system. Or you can just make one massive order if you want to. You don't have to put it in by scout if you don't want to. You can make one massive order. I find keeping them separate easier, especially when it comes to distributing it. It gives them a paper of what they're picking up and versus just an Excel spreadsheet that you may have. So one thing I want to note, this year we had 2 items that changed case count quantities. It was the extra buttery roasted summer corn and the kettle corn. They went from 8 packs in a carton in a case to 6 packs in a case. We've informed all the councils to make sure that they're looking at just containers, and that's what you're doing here. So just note that when you're picking product up or bringing product back, everything is equal to a case of 6 at this point. So if you have an 8-pack case, say your council does a return, and you're bringing back a full case, what they're going to do is give you credit for a full case of 6 plus 2 containers. So just giving an example of how they would do that. Once you completed filling out your order form, click Next down at the bottom. And sometimes people don't scroll all the way down to the bottom and see that. So it's really important that you do scroll all the way down because it's not done until you click that. And then the next thing is you must click Submit to Council. Now, that doesn't mean you can't make amendments because that's what we're going to talk about. Because if you do need to change it, you can change it at any time by going back and clicking on that order, and you can amend this order up until it's time to place a that until that day and time is done. And that is the gist of how you place a unit take order. I do want to go over to the website again. And one thing to note is when you do go in to place a say I went over, let's go back in as a leader here real quick. And I'm in it as a leader, and I want to go to, I'm going to, actually, I'm still in as a scout. Let me, it's working to get back to a leader. Just got to give it a second. Okay, now we're in as a leader. All right. Now I'm going to go to unit orders. And if you noticed here, there's a red button up here in the corner. This also is a video that explains a little bit about just what I went through. It might leave out a few things, but not really. It's basically the same thing. So you can also watch this video here, and also I'll be sending out this tutorial on how to place a unit order. Any questions? I'll give it a few minutes while we're waiting for questions on the Q&A. That's pretty much it. It is a really simple process. It's not meant to be difficult. If you're having some trouble reconciling your account, because I know we've had some issues with missing orders, what they say missing, some people have called them missing. Really, they're in the system and we have to populate them. Um, so if there are some things there, the best thing to do is create a support ticket on Campmaster's website. You can go to our website and down scroll to the bottom and click on that and create a ticket. And that goes for anything that you need, not um, just that. It could be something very simple that you just can't figure something out, you need some help with, or it could be just a question that you had in general. And we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. It does get busy when people start placing their take orders. We get a lot of people asking questions, but it's like that all the time. We do have two dedicated customer service support staff Monday through Friday that answer those questions, and then we try to help answer some things on the weekends, but it doesn't get answered quite as much on the weekends. So just note that, to get answers quickly, Monday through Friday. And if you place a ticket at night, it'll probably be the next day before they get to you. So eh, let's see. I do have a few questions here, so let me get to those questions. Well, what do we do if we got older boxes of roasted summer that are still 8 per box? You're placing orders by container, so it'll be the same. So you would have 8 containers in that box. So you just need to know how many containers you need to fill that take order. And if you're returning it to the council, if that council takes returns, some do not, you will just they will know how to handle it as well, and they will be able to uh, to work the system. Just so everybody is aware, the financial part of this is all handled in containers and not cases. So the financials have always been okay. It's just the matter of the inventory. Some councils may have given you more product than what you were supposed to get. When it changed from 8 to 6s, they might have went ahead and gave you an 8 count. So you may have got 2 extra containers that were not ordered by the unit. And in that case, you might want to just discuss that with the council. And then, Crystal, so if I need to enter all my cubs, I would do it under myself as the leader, and I can do it for each scout. Yeah, let me show you that real quick. I'm gonna show you where to do that real quick. You just go to your dashboard again, and I'm in as a leader, and under take order right here, future delivery, it's the green button. I might have said the blue button, but it's the green button. You just click on that, and like you select one, just select like one of each product that you're ordering for that scout, for that particular scout. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. They order they have orders for all of these. I'm just going to add one. And then after that you view your cart, and then you can adjust those quantities by the actual number that needed. So if they needed eight of these, you can just put in 8. you can just adjust these um, to what that is. Actually, I apologize. This is if you were entering one for all of them. So if this is the all of them, you do that. Let me go back to where you do it for the scout. So you actually for the scout, you go to scout cells. And just give me a second here. Let's see. Let me just double check. I know you can do this. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah, sales order. So you go to sales order, okay? And then you can select a scout. And mine doesn't have a drop down for the scout, but yours would. Sorry about that. Let me go back to one that should have something in it. Let me go to let me try this other one. I'm going to try to do it. Jeez. Sorry. All right. Let me try to do one that actually sales order. Okay. I think it's not letting me do it again because of the dates, but what you would do is then you would select your scout from the drop down and then go through that process to actually do the order for the scout. But that's where you would do it under sales and orders. Okay. And what I mean by that is since the system is not live for me right now, I have to have the order dates open to place a unit order, especially take order, because it is specific to the drive. Like for show and sell, right? It could be still open for show and sell, so it's not going to allow me to place a take order in the wrong dates. It'll allow me to start one, but it won't let me finish one. So I think I answered that. What is the process to create a single order? Again, I'll just make sure because I did kind of confuse things. To create the single order, you just hit this take an order and then you go through that process of selecting each one and then you can make that 10 of these, 8 of these, 16 of those. So that's a real easy way to do it. So if that's all you're doing, super easy. And then there was one, it says, I believe the prizes are on the back of Camp Master's form. Is there a training to place the prize orders on the website? How do we account for show and sell in the show and sell and take orders? So, good question. Very good question. Let me go back to so for the council prizes, there is a link. Um, I think it's under, let's see. Gotta find it. I don't see it. So I need to double check on the prize part of it because I do not see the prize link. And usually there's a direct link. Let me just check here just to make sure. I know it's not under storefronts, but again, they just redid this entire thing and I do not see where you actually have it goes to the prizes. So I will need to check on that this week. And what it'll be is there'll be a tab to say order prizes. You click on that, and that's going to direct you straight if you're ordering it. If this is only if your council is using GCC prizes, if they're using gift cards, because some councils that's what they do, they're going to actually use the ordering system to order those gift cards. So all the data in the ordering system will help them see which scouts get which prizes. So it is very important for you at that point to order by scout so they get credit for all their sales. So that is a good point to make. If it's GCC prizes, the actual prizes where you get little prizes here and there, there will be a link here, and probably this week, to be able to, it will bring you directly to that, and it'll bring all your total sales to that link. So if you've entered in all your show and sell and all your take order, and it also include the direct to consumer sales, that will bring all over into that prize, that the total will go over there, and then you will just have to pick your prizes based on what your scouts have ordered. That was a good question. Uh, you can't, how can we cancel an order we started? You can't cancel it, but you can ignore it. So if you've got three that are started, just use one. You can't get the other ones out. I know that was one of the things that I've talked to them about, because I'm a little bit like that. I don't like to see things that aren't done, and so just seeing unordered scout take orders kind of irks me a little bit. But we can't delete them. But again, so just use one of the ones that you've already started. You can edit it at any time, so it doesn't matter. And then go from there. But just make sure all the other ones have zeros in it, and you're okay. So they said it was under the red tab. Let me go back. I'm glad you said that. I just couldn't. I didn't see it. I don't. You see. Yes, there it is. Right at the top. I was looking towards the bottom. So it is says does say training and rewards. So perfect. So then you would just click on that, and it takes you, and then it pulls this up. But again, an error occurred because it's not time. Um, but let me see what's going on there. I'll make sure that it does work fairly soon, so we can get that started. But yeah, that's where it is. Thank you so much. Okay, so there is somebody that does a council that does other products besides Camp Masters. How do we account for sales in both companies for prizes? So you wouldn't go, well, actually, you would probably be able to go to the same site through us as well, and it'll just have the popcorn part in there. So I think you can adjust it within the Keller Prize Company to adjust it to your actual sales, or you can go. They should provide you a direct link. So ask your council. They should be providing you a direct link to order those prizes, and then you can add the two cells together and order the prizes that way. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate your time this evening, and good luck. And again, if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out using that ticket support in on the Campmasters website, campmasters.org. And we will be posting this under this red thing under the order prizes part. So we'll have that there. And we'll also have, you have the video at the top as well as this PDF that I just went over as well. So thank you very much and have a great evening.